Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This is a reading for the sign of Libra for the month of October. Libra, your birthday is coming up, and I think this reading is also about the big cycle that is now ending. It might be a yearly cycle, but it's also the moon cycle is very relevant now. I'm just starting out, just framing this reading in that way because I feel like this is the main theme, is the next cycle, so the next moon. So not exactly the month of October, but the next moon cycle, so from the new moon to the full moon and then to the new moon again. And we're going to start with the first card, the sweat tent. And this card is about letting go. It's very straightforward. It says purification. Purification is the key word here. So this is just a letting go of something that is not good for you. And this is also reinforced here with the Six of Stones, exploitation, and the Devil card here. This is something that's very clear for you. I don't think you'll have any trouble identifying what you need to let go at this point. I think you've been through something that has been, whatever has made you feel like you are being exploited or that you are somehow out of balance with the environment where you live. So things are not fair. Resources are not distributed in a fair manner, and this is very important. This is a very Libra concept, and I really feel like this reading is very close to the essence of what I feel Libra energies are. So this feeling of not being able to live with unfairness is something that I relate to Libra. And so whatever is keeping you stuck in a situation that is not fair for everyone that is involved, and especially yourself, because there are other cards here that reinforce the need for centering in your own experience and being yourself from the very depth of who you are up until the full expression of your physical being and how you interact with others. But we'll get there. Then we have, this is the most intriguing part of the reading for me, actually. Pleasant letter and receiving a gift. And I think that this reading is also telling you that beneath the surface, there's something going on that you're not aware of yet. And maybe it's going to be made clear with the next moon. So, pleasant letter and receiving a gift. So it's really very literal. I'm reading this cards letter. I'm reading a letter. Maybe I am reading a letter for you. Maybe this is also a part of the message of this reading, is that the pleasant letter might be this reading. Receiving news of a transformation, of something that is changing. And you have the butterflies here, which are symbols of transformation. And this purification here with the sweat tent is really pointing to a process of transformation that is occurring in you because you are making things fair for others and for you. And I also feel like the other's energy is here in receiving a gift with all the eyes. Whenever I see this card, I always feel like I'm being watched and that you are being watched. So when you receive this gift, this is something that is going to be manifested in a public way. It's not something that is just for you, I feel, or just directed at your personal experience. It's something that might impact others. Others are watching. And I really feel like there's this energy that you're going to receive. There's this blessing that's coming to you with pleasant letter and receiving a gift. There's a message, there's information that's coming to you, but it's also going to feel like you are going to be given something. It's not something that you have fought for. So this is how I feel that the underlying energies are. I don't think you know exactly what this is yet. I think this will come as a surprise. That's why it's a gift. It's not something that you have worked for or that you're looking at specifically for your own experience. It's kind of like if it comes, it's okay. You're happy, but if it doesn't, you're happy just the same. It doesn't mean that it's not something that is important for you. I feel like it is very important for you. You're just not really aware that you can receive it. And maybe this is also a part of the transformation that you're going through, is realizing that you can receive this gift. And maybe this reading is also a part of that preparation. So, after this very restrictive, let's say, energy of the Six of Stones with exploitation and the Devil card, we have the Stag and the Queen of Wands. And the Stag is more or less the equivalent to the Justice card. And the Queen of Wands is so beautiful and seductive, charismatic. It's really giving me these vibes that you attract things to you, that things come to you. You have these like streams of energy, and she's just sitting and being very placid, very serene and peaceful. And she has a snake emerging from the staff, and it's the healing energy that is coming is from justice. I feel like some kind of justice is going to happen. Something is going to happen. It might be legal matters. I'm not sure if it's just that, because of all the other powerful and more profound and even spiritual energy here, but it might be a legal matter that can affect that, which is amazing. So maybe you are also making strides and moving forward in a legal matter that profoundly affects you and your ancestors, or your lineage, or your spiritual family, let's say, your soul family. It's something that goes very deep. It's something that goes into places that are hard to explain, that affects aspects of your life that are impossible to put into words right now. So then we have, then we have the High Priestess and the Archer, which is the Chariot. And to me, this is like realizing something that, or looking at something very precisely, understanding it very clearly and moving towards it. But it was something that you didn't know. It was something that you just had this gut feeling about, and now you are able to act. And I think that you are able to act on it because of what happened before. Is this release of karmic energy, of weight, because of the justice that's being made, because you are now emerging as a more complete self, as a more healed person. And so I really think this reading is the most important message here is that there's something that you don't know that's acting in the background. And it's that energy that is the gift for you, that is going to change you so much. And change you into the thing that you want to be, but you have an idea of what you want to be. Everyone has this sort of ideal self and person, and also towards others, right? You have the expectations in relationships and in friendships and in whatever you do that requires the interaction with other people's ideals, other people's thoughts and choices. And it's a blessing and a privilege every time we are able to do whatever is encapsulated in this archer energy that is aiming for something and going straight to it, having that power, having the ability, the skills, having the energy and that drive, and also being allowed, being allowed by the universe, by all these karmic threads that sometimes are keeping us entangled, because you don't forget we have the devil here. So there is this feeling of restriction that's being lifted, and it's lifted because of something that you're not seeing. It's lifted because of something that is not clear yet for you. But I think that this new moon cycle, from the new moon forward, is going to be very, very interesting. Okay, because we have the sun and the moon, and we are now entering eclipse season. We just entered, actually. We are now in the eclipse season. Maybe it's something that is happening in between the eclipses, because there's something in the interaction between the sun and the moon here. And it's also interesting that the moon card, the background, looks like an eclipse that's happening. It looks like the moon is eclipsing the sun. So I would be very mindful of this energy, because I feel like it's very, very influential. It's something that is affecting this process very strongly. So while this can be a process that's very practical and mundane in a sense, I feel like this is also very significant, spiritually significant. This is the Strength card, the Woodward, and it's a card of perseverance. It's a card of pulling through, but doing it in a way that is elegant, and it's just, you exert the right amount of power, of strength, and but you're able to conquer. When I see this card, I see someone who is able to conquer wilderness, to live in the wild, and to keep a noble and dignified spirit. So keeping a noble and dignified spirit, facing things that make you feel like you are in a very hostile environment, surviving in a hostile environment, but not only surviving but thriving, being very noble, being someone who can also guide others. Interesting. I am going to clarify. I want to clarify the Strength card. Let's see what else is going to be on the outcome. Healing. Again. So 7 of Stones with healing. This card can be you, or it can be someone else healing you. Or you are becoming a healer. This is also quite relevant here in this reading. But I feel like the most likely meaning of this is that you are healing. You have that power flowing through you with the strength card and the sun and the moon. There's this healing power that is occult right now. It's something that is not apparent. And I think that this has to do with the message that you're getting some message. There's a gift here. There's it can be also confirmation, because the cards kind of confirmed each other. And then you have the sweat tent and the healing. So this is really suggestive. If you think that it appeals to you, trying a sweat lodge, a sweat tent ritual might be interesting. If not, it's just a process of healing through, making things apparent that are not apparent. It's like sweat, right? The sweat is inside our bodies. We are made of water. So the bad stuff, the toxic stuff, is in our sweat. It is in our blood, in our sweat. And through this process, we take it out. So I think that this is the most important point of this reading, is this underlying energy that is maybe in your body. It's hidden somewhere and it has to come out for you to heal. And something is very relevant in the next lunation, in the next moon cycle. I would be very mindful of whatever's happening, and also I would, with the High Priestess here, if you are so inclined, I would really try to build a ritual that is appropriate for you surrounding these events and these dates. Kind of marking the dates might be very important. So try to pinpoint the dates on your calendar and see what comes up for you, like the most important days, because sometimes we are too caught in the day and the time that we see that is the precise time for the solar or lunar events. But sometimes we have to intuitively discover when is the right time for us, because maybe we are asleep, and I don't think it's very appropriate if you need to rest to wake up just to be, present in a ritual. And I feel like you have to put on your calendar the most appropriate time for you to specifically address this energy, and in a comfortable way, because the purpose here is healing. Of course, there's effort. Of course, we have to have some kind of discipline. And I think that the structure of the calendar, and you pinpoint your day there and see if that day, what happens in that day, what is very relevant there, some sort of messages, calls, maybe it's synchronistic, maybe things will just match. Yeah, I think that this is also something that if you feel like things are not really matching, like the time for something is coinciding with the time for another thing, and your calendar is very chaotic, and you're trying to put all the pieces together, but things are not coming together on their own, I think that you have to let that be, because this is something that is not in your, you shouldn't control everything. This is also here with the Devil and the Six of Stones. You have to use the resources that you're given in a wise way. This is very important also for this healing to occur. There's there's no lack here. I don't think that this is the problem with this card, is when people focus on not having, focus on what they don't have, and in the what is lacking, and that is making them blind to what is good and what is the purpose of this healing, is to focus on what you can do. So if you feel restricted and you feel like you don't have time, like you're too busy, everything is happening at once and it's very chaotic, allow for nature to adjust and maybe put less things on your calendar if it's appropriate for you to do so. Demand less, because it's kind of paradoxical. It's like letting things happen but having a very strict objective. And I feel like the message is exactly to be more receptive, to be able to receive this gift from everybody and also be regarded by everybody. You have to be more intuitive, more connected to the unknown, to what you can see, so that you can aim properly, so that you're not confused by all the moving parts and you're more focused inward. Yeah. I also feel like this is a big message here, and especially with the Sweat Lodge. It's more important now to focus on yourself with the High Priestess here, because the rest is going to fit. The pieces are going to fit together as they want. It's not something that you have to force. And this healing will happen. It's very interesting. Let me just get you a final card. A fairy card. Wow. He of the Fiery Sword. So this is really a very, this is, to me, it's confirmation of this straight to the soul, straight to the point. And it's a very affirmative card. It's very strong. It's also very masculine energy. And it's really like clear separation. This is also a justice, like a sword, right? The fiery sword is the sword of truth, the sword of justice. Something is really going to be adjusted for you, and I feel like it's something that's going to be done for you. It's not something that you have to make it happen. That's very interesting. So relax and enjoy the ride. And happy birthday, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like and share the video if it resonated with you. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.